Touch on it. And it's a goal! It's a goal for Westmeath!
Does go back post, headers there! 1-1!
Mendez, go for the cross! What a goal! What a goal from Mendez! The middle for it, there is the header there. Yes, and it's a goal! It's a goal for the police department!
You don't have to keep saying, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not computer illiterate. We work to make sure that the only thing you'll have to say is, it works. Mendez, go for the cross! What a goal! What a goal from Mendez!
Go! And speed! Go back!
And speed, baby!
Are you serious?
64 to be exact into this game. Davi Caputo gets the ball. Caputo's going to shoot. No, he's going to pass to Tyson. Tyson, shot, bottom right corner, goal! The first home goal in the league for clubs for FC Monmouth belongs to Aiden Tyson, to Ocean Township native, thanks to a ball from Davi Caputo. 1-0 FC Monmouth. And let the smoke bombs out. Brett Sieg as well, who is currently graduating. Ball over the top now. Great chance for Kingston Stockade. And talk about an instant impact. Frank Nyang, as soon as he checks in, less than a minute later. Like Summer, as Shaw gets it. Now to Homowitz, out to Aviles. Aviles, great touch inside. Aviles with a shot. Thunderous. And saved at the front post, but not fully. But in the last timeout for a second goal of the year, it's Araya. Top left, he's got it. Andrew Araya scores. Monmouth regains their lead, 2-1 with 2 minutes left. You can listen to the music, you can listen to the crowd, you can even look at the blue smoke bomb. It says it all.
Gentlemen, with a goal for
CDM positions. There really aren't many statistics in college soccer to be able to evaluate those kinds of guys. Hott has been someone that has, not to make a play on play with his words, as you've got a chance here. Here's Kenny Hott right to the middle. And speaking of, we've got one to the back of the net early for FC Motown STA. 3rd minute, Kenny Hott. New phenomenal talent will continue to eat up minutes for the Scarlet Knights next fall season. Here's Idicharia itching closer to the back line. This one in front to Marco, not able to get there, and there's Idicharia. Able to bury a second one for FC Motown STA. Good little movement there from Kenny Hott. Or Armstrong, but now back to Manhattan Soccer Club. Here's Pratt, this one into the middle. Quick chance, and there, back in the net, a nice shot. From number 22, Braden Smith. Would look like Falco. Now Idicharia coming to the end line, right to the chest of a Manhattan Soccer Club player. And it looks like we might have had a handball in the middle of the box. Now we've got Manhattan Soccer Club. Garnet Plants sends this one away. And DeMarco able to get a hand on it, but crosses over that end line, and we've got a 3-1 ball game from Motown STA.
As Bravehearts look to go direct, it's Gonzalez. Some nice moves. Gonzalez on his right foot, back post, bicycle kick. Oh my goodness. That is beautiful from Bravehearts. So, Araya. Out wide, it's Tyson-y. Tyson-y on his right foot. Back post ball to Patrick Shaw. What a goal from FC Monmouth. And that is a world-class delivery from Aiden Tyson-y. Nicely put away by Patrick Shaw. Aviles on his right foot. Aviles. Now Caputo. Deja vu. The ref blows his whistle. Araya steps up. Araya delivers yet again. Captain consistent. And first action of the day for Jack Longo. And Bedoya gets the ball on his right foot. Bedoya with his shot, and he curls it in. Side netting. And that's the professional class on full display from the captain, Daniel Bedoya. And the ball back post so close. The ref calls it. And they're going to say it's an F.
Alongside Jermaine. Jermaine taking it low. Motown on the build. Can this be the chance? Takes the sight, and it goes wide. And sends it to his Haitian teammate. Jermaine. Cuts right. Lets it bend, and it goes just over the top right. Like. That's a nice cross. Keeper. Headed. And it's a goal. It's a goal for New Jersey United. Catching the crowd by surprise. A big roar from the away support. FC Motown trail. 67 minutes into the match. Welcome to tonight's broadcast of New Logical Sports. This is the APSL Metropolitan Conference semifinal. My name is Pat Murphy, and I'll be your commentator tonight. This is a match that is going to mean much, could be game-changing for either of these sides. This is a matchup that could be pretty much the potential last game of the season for either of them, as they both have no other competitions to compete in except the APSL. So it's about, going to the next round or going to the beach. But I think the matchups mean a lot more than that. It's a match that can dictate the trajectory of either of these clubs. You could say that the Greeks did pull themselves out of years of underwhelming, I wouldn't say anything other than maybe, just subtle mediocrity to their own standards. They had gone so long without a national title and league titles, but they changed all that with a great playoff run last year after having slowly worked their way up with appearing in the playoffs in the first place and competing for the Metropolitan Conference tables. And they went and win their first APSL title. They then went on to win the Nisa Nation national title in the fall. So it's almost like they kind of vindicated themselves as a club in that sense and looking to build on that. Lansdowne, on the other hand, technically never won a play. They did win the APSL back in 2021 after winning the conference first place and going to the APSL Final Four, in which it was the qualifier at the time. But since the playoff format accounted for all 4 teams that make the playoffs, Lansdowne have not won a single match in the APSL Metropolitan Conference playoffs. They lost 3-1 to the Pan Cyprians in 2022. They lost 3-0 to the Greek Americans at home, 3-0 in regulation time. Last year, they went to extra time scoreless against Duxa before dropping to a Dugan Dembele finish, knocking them out in extra time. This is a side that, for the most part, Matt Cain's actual squad. Last year, he won the Metropolitan Conference title with a bunch of new players in the spring, with a mix of the veterans that came along and won the various trophies that Lansdowne had won in recent memory before going into the bit of a slow streak in the regular season at stretches. They would do tremendously and then have one slow month, and it just so happens that in this competitive environment, you need to practically win every single match. It's basically most of those veterans, ironically, went to the New York Greek Americans. You have Pat McCann, Paul McVeigh, Cormac Pike. I think they even had Matty Lynch for a bit, Shamir Mullings. Those players ended up joining a squad that finished just slightly above Lansdowne in the standings. Lansdowne were looking like a great contender for defending their conference title, but a very slow stretch of results between November and the beginning of the spring cost them that lead, and they had to settle for third place, a position that they last had back in 2022. And that's why they're here on the road at the Greek Americans. Winning a match like today is not about just going to the next round. It's keeping yourself as an attractive force for both players, sponsors, all that stuff. So a lot is at stake for both these managers as they look to see who could compete for the APSL title itself. Will it be the defending champions, New York Greek Americans, or will it be 2021 champions, Lansdowne Yonkers FC? And with the other match in play between Celtic and Pan Cyprians going Pan Cyprians' way, it'll be interesting to see if they will be able to host a match or travel on the road to St. John's. So it's always a tough challenge. And we're excited to bring this match. It looks like we'll be kicking off soon. There'll be a few bit of ceremonial items in the beginning, especially some of the youth players will be walking on with the Greek Americans players. It looks like Greek Americans sent the team, I guess the youth teams from Lansdowne couldn't make it. It is a tight schedule on a weekend, especially with much of the matches ending at 6 o'clock. Who could blame them? They couldn't get to Hofstra in time. But definitely a lot of people in the crowd here. Definitely an 80-plus crowd now. And then there's also going to be a moment of silence for a club man in the Lansdowne community. Garvin Smith, whose son Hudson played with the club in the youth ranks. And, while there's going to be those tributes in a few minutes, we do want to wish him a rest in peace. So interesting to see who you guys think will be heading to the next round tonight. Definitely put in the comments who you think your predictions will be. What's the score going to be of tonight's match? Put in the comments and let's see if you're right or not. It's looking like a near full squad for Lansdowne. Much the same case with Greek Americans, although there was some speculations if Rodrigo Rocca would be able to make it back. There were talks that he is in town, but doesn't look like he's making the appearance tonight. Could be injuries or work. You never know. And here's the moment of silence for Garvin Smith. And as an audience, and stream will join them. May he rest in peace. Garvin Smith, and our condolences out to his family, Hudson and Empirica. Lansdowne sporting the green and white hoops as inspired by Glasgow Celtic. Greek Americans wearing the blue in tribute to the Greek national team. Your usual suspects or referees. If you're looking to become a ref, reach out to the State Association, reach out to Joe Brosey, and join the exciting life it is to be a state ref. Looks like Daryl Cavanaugh has been given a nod to get the start in this match, as well as Eddie Speed. Seamus Keogh playing behind him. And we have kickoff right here. The seeds 2 and 3. Greek Americans hosting Lansdowne Yonkers FC. Last time these two met in the regular season, it was right here at Hofstra. Lansdowne won 3-2 from a Seamus Keogh header. Last time these two met in the playoffs, it was back at Tibbetts Brook Park 2 years ago. Greek Americans won 3-0. Greek Americans looking to make their third consecutive conference final appearance Lansdowne looking to make technically their first. It's worth noting that in 2021, when they won the APSL, back when it was still EPSL, they finished in first on the last day of the season and qualified directly for the Final Four. So they didn't have to go through conference playoffs. Shamir Mullings. Brilliant one touch to Etienne Body, who goes for the cross. Mullings tried to get the first touch, but it goes in front of him and it goes on the bounce. It's going to be a goal kick. Daniel DeMarco, who joined Lansdowne in the spring of 2024, looking for his fourth trophy as a member of this club. Pucci to Seamus Keogh. Bernardi draws the foul. Good one-touch action. Liam Walsh passing it to Kavanaugh. Brilliant touch there. It's the first attack from Lansdowne. Speed crosses it. A good clearance. I'm going to have to just adjust this just a teeny bit just to make sure that this is all good. Okay. First corner kick of the match goes to Lansdowne Yonkers. It was set pieces that made the difference for either side in their last matchup. Greek Americans have scored off of 2 corners. Cleared back. And it's going to go out of bounds for a throw-in. Gurhan's going to call a foul there. The man who recently received an award for his service to the State Association. Back in December, I was in the photo with him. And that's why I'm not a player, because I would get all the calls, wink, wink. Speed. Cuts back. Parinelli jumped in for the slide to make sure that he didn't keep possession. Parinelli with a beautiful goal for Braveheart in the League for Clubs a week ago. If you look at the scissor kick on Instagram, check it out on at New Logical Sports. Foul's going to be called in favor of Lansdowne. Boot to Keogh. Kavanaugh. A little too soft there. It goes back to the Greek Americans. Body. Yeah, this thing's just been a little bit awkward. Anyway, there you go. Looks like the lights finally kicked on because you can hear that buzzing that illuminates it. There you go, and the Greek Americans, and a tackle at the goal line. Referees not going to call it. Don't know what to say about that, to be honest with you. I'm just going to have to look back at it later. Ferrer. Passing it back to DeMarco. Good cut there by Pucci. Boots it forward. Yeah, I think it's just the slant on this thing. Okay, 1 second. There you go. Oh, okay, there you go. Good trap there. Set back, Bernardi. Here comes Pellerelli. Greek Americans charging it down. On the left, good cross there. Oh! And a chance, it's cleared out at the death. Yusufi was hoping to create a bit of brilliance there, but good marking from Lansdowne. Sarmago. Oh, he just stumbled there. Mullings fires it, and it's blocked. Humber Ferrer. Spreading things out, it goes out of bounds. Taken quickly. Giuseppe feeding it to Body. Body on another cross. Goes to the feet of Speed, who clears it out, but it's going to be a corner kick to the Greek Americans. Another close opportunity, but it goes over the bar. I just, no need to make any emphasis there. We knew that was going out. soft there as Mullings looks to pressure him. Kept in bounds. Liam Walsh, the Donegal man, sends it to Speed. Speed passing it to Boot. Seamus Keogh, the Sligo man. Pass almost intercepted, but Walsh got it. Intercepted by Mehdi Yousefi before he could turn on the jets for the speed. Bernardi cleared it. It's Pucci. Keogh. Pucci switching it to Bernardi. Boot. Looking to create something out of it, blocked. Yousefi to Pernelli. Keogh dealing with the pressure. Good work from Walsh. Humber Ferrer, who's been playing in the back. Pucci. Kavanaugh on the one touch. To Boot. To Keogh. Galloway looking to set up that play, but it quickly well marked and cleared up. Coercy in the mix there. Humber Ferrer. Boot. Good idea, but it went straight to the Greeks keeper. It's always interesting to see a pure knockout match with a different level of intensity. Everybody taking it a little bit more conservatively rather than the scoring fests we're used to seeing in the regular season. Here comes Body. Body on another cross. He's gotten at least 4 in there. Clearly, he's given too much space and he's allowing him to be dangerous in the box. A quick one touch from Keogh to Pucci. He tried to head it, but Perinelli fighting for the ball, gets it. Body setting himself up, dribbles past him. Good marking from Pucci. Body, another cross. Yousefi looking to get control of it, sends it back. No space there to make a decision. It goes back to DeMarco. Quick heading back. Everybody fighting for every ball. Yousefi tried to keep that in play. Out of bounds. Lansdowne ball. Headed back. Here's Francesco Perinelli. Pops it up high for Etienne Body, but not the type that could get you a run. Sends back. Looking for a foul call, but not going to get it. Actually, he is going to get it. Mr. Dolgan, give him a talking to. Headed back. Good build up. Here's Body once again. Unable to get a clean cross there. Robinson goes low into the chest of Liam Walsh. Keogh sending it to the side, but one back. This time by Robinson. A defensive trap. Trying not to deal with the pressure. Greeks are just fighting for every ball, but so is Lansdowne. Uh-oh, that could be a fatal turnover, but it's he shanks it. Goes way over. Yusefi not a stranger to the crafty goal, but just not in the prime position to set that one up. Bernardi, a bad turnover. Mullings looking to take advantage of it. Luckily, not much speed there. It could be picked off pretty quickly. Ball won back by Perinelli. Bernardi wins the ball back. Robinson to Coercy. Quickly intercepted by Eddie Speed. Here's Kyle Galloway. This is his time to shine. Sending it to Speed. Speed passing it back to Walsh. Greek Americans getting a bit more chances on goal, but just not finishing them. Body, take it down. Yusefi, 1v1 with Eddie Speed. Puts a floater, headed out. Body is going to get that, sets it up. Cuts it. Coercy tried to clear it out, was James Boot, but Yusefi has it. Another 1v1. Good work from Eddie Speed to block that cross. Let Walsh take it down. "20 minutes in, and it's still scoreless in this APSL Metropolitan Conference semifinal. Defending champions, New Greek Americans, hosting 2021 champions, Lansdowne Yonkers. Good pop ball there. Good defensive work. Joliu. Keeps dribbling it down and doing for the cross. Headed over the crossbar. New York Greek Americans notably has a lot of previous Lansdowne talent that has been moved on in favor of a younger, more transitional squad to fit Matt Cade's style of play. However, a lot of those players felt that they still had a lot to offer and brought their talents to the Greek Americans. Two of them winning a national title with the Nisa Nation. They're going to want to get their vindication tonight with a win, which adds on to the many narratives of this match. Good ball winning there. Still in play. He lets it clear from the ground. Here's Kyle Galloway. Kyle Galloway! It hits the top of the crossbar. It almost looked like it went in, but it... Greek Americans keeper quickly clears that. It sends it to Mehdi Yousefi. They fight for the ball. One by Humber Ferrer. Puts his back out, actually. And they're going to have a little bit of extracurriculars there. A classic Spain versus Italy battle on the pitch in another form. We just got an update that the Manhattan Celtic has leveled New York Pan Cyprian Freedoms in the '73rd minute. It's 1-1. Shout out to Bill Marth, who I don't know how anyone can make as much time for these things as he does. A massive figure in the grassroots and amateur, semi-pro, whatever you want to call it, open soccer system. And for those who don't know, he has a book, and I helped publish it. It was an intense 8 hours of looking it over and the programs involved, and looks like we're going to have a little bit more controversy. Yousefi down. Speed's going to be getting a talking to. It was right there in that very position where it was just celebrating a goal 2.5 years ago against the Greek Americans. It was the lone goal in that matchup, a goal that got over 30,000 views on Instagram and made it to ESPN when they were looking over his highlight reels for the TST back in back last year with the Pat McAfee show. Garhan's going to call it as just a throw-in. This fencing match reaches another round. Turnover. But turned over back to the Deer Creek Americans. A slide there that just didn't pan out. Botti tries to put a touch there. A good clearance from Daniel DeMarco. It was a little shaky, but nonetheless, it gives Lansdowne another lifeline with the corner kick. It looks like he did take a knock there, though. DeMarco, not usually the one to complain. In fact, he doesn't speak much at all. But either just waiting a sec off another knock or dissenting over why a certain call hasn't gone his way. Just got more updates that the Penn Cyprians are now ahead again off a Luis Argudo goal. 75th minute, it's 2-1 to the New York Penn Cyprian Freedoms. If the results stand, they will host the conference final. I want to say it Belson, but would be surprised if it was at Queens College, which means you'll have to watch the game on field level, whether you go or online. Cleared out. Passed back. Good work there. Joliu chasing it down as it went out of bounds, but I think that's because it's a Lansdowne ball. Let's see. Kavanaugh passed it out into space, but Greek Americans get it back. Tried to boot it to Yosefi, but goes out of bounds. Headed back. And pass back into midfield. Perinelli heads it towards Mullings, who chases for it. Strongest skill set is his technique and touch, and that's why he's playing in that position. He's pivoting the ball as the Greek Americans look to continue creating an attack. His body, floating it up. Yosefi looking to get another flush opportunity. A shot that goes out into the parking lot. No, just missed that. It hit the fence. No need for ball boys. We got college staff in their place to retrieve it for you. DeMarco to Bernardi. Bernardi looking at his options ahead of him as Greek Americans heavily mark the defenders. Yosefi, Coercy passing it back. Here's Achterkamp, the Dutchman, Oh, it's like he tried to bicycle kick his own trap, but it went straight to Daniel DeMarco. Bernardi. Back to Bernardi. One touch from Keogh. Keogh pivots it to Galloway. Galloway splits the defense. Here's Jolieu. 1v1. Tries to cut right. He's got a little bit of space. Goes straight for the goal. And he gets the opening goal. Lansdowne lead. With a bit of celebrations from the Lansdowne youth players. Lansdowne take the lead in this conference semifinal. 33 minutes. Lansdowne 1-0 to the Greek Americans. It's actually the first lead that the boys have gotten in the playoffs since 2022 when they led 1-0 against the Pat Cyprians. That was in the 76th minute. A goal from Joey DeVivo that didn't last much longer as the Pat Cyprians came back. Lansdowne with an earlier goal with enough energy and motivation could probably try to fight to defend that lead, but they're going to want to get some insurance goals there. Greek Americans with some of the strongest attack in the league. So the man marking is going to have to continue. No falling asleep. Any speed. Just another update. 3-1 to the Pat Cyprians. Junior Rosero in the 80th minute. So it's looking more likely that it's going to be somewhere in Queens. The conference final. Booted forward. The goal scorer tries to get a handball, but Robinson sends it forward. Perinelli passes it back. Tried to out-dribble him there, but he's going to get the foul off that tackle. Looks like Perinelli is going to get the use out of his drawn free kick. Sending it. Flags offside. A good job from Eddie Speed. However, that wouldn't have mattered otherwise. It was offside. Albert Ferrer to take that free kick. Speed rushes to get it. Sending it to Boot. Boot switching it over laterally. That second pass is going to be intercepted by Octocomp. Coercy. Body. Dispossessed Keogh, sending it back. Robinson. Not often you see a number 10 play in the back line. I think the most famous one was on Arsenal. If you remember those days, I'm blanking right now. I have to think of his name again, but it was another one of those many French nationals. Eddie Speed well marked. Gets Yousefi, goes out of bounds. Dribbled up. Cries for a penalty. Not going to be awarded, although Gerhan did award the corner kick. Headed, it goes up to the wide end, but it goes out of bounds. And I think it's going to be another corner kick to the Greek Americans. Not too many scenarios where we saw the Greek Americans come back from behind. Usually they like to dictate things with the early goal. And that's going to be the challenge for them. Headed forward, cleared out. Fed back in, Saramago. Robinson. Sends it forward. Tries to slot one there. Good work from Daniel DeMarco to jump over and stop it. Pucci. Possess, possess, possess. That's the game for Lansdowne. Maintain their lead and push forward. Here's Eddie's speed. Switching the position of the ball so that he can get some reinforcements. Sending it to Keogh. Keogh looks like he tried to put a floater there, but the bounce there comes in Lansdowne's favor. It is an open net. He's going to try to put that one in. Hits the side netting. Galloway so eager to score. One of Lansdowne's leading scorers in the past 2 seasons. Looks like there's going to be a knock. And the choice is between the physio and, yeah. Shout out to now Dr. Casey Van Doren. She just got her doctorate at Hunter College. Funny enough, it was right at this pitch back in March. She used that action shot when she was taking care of, funny enough, Parinelli. Was used as the action shot on the backdrop at her graduation. So congratulations to Casey on taking this next major step in her career. And thank you for all the work that you do for the clubs in the metropolitan area, both in soccer, rugby, and in the GAA. Octocomp. Tried to switch it, but dispossessed. Didn't see the guy coming. Still Greek Americans, though, offside. Less than 5 minutes plus stoppage time. It's Lansdowne in the lead off a Jolio finish. A bid for Lansdowne to get their first playoff win in the APSL. They won the APSL without having to play conference playoffs. It's one of those things that you'll probably never see again. But interestingly enough, in the 3 attempts that they had to make at the Metropolitan Conference playoffs, they lost all 3 matches. First on the road to Pan Cyprians, 2 back-to-back at home. Here's Shamir Mullings, the Englishman, crossing it, deflected off the head of Pucci, and it's a Greek Americans corner. We hope you guys take the opportunity on Wednesday night to see our first three-angle broadcast. Here comes a corner, and it goes towards the net, and it goes just wide, but Botti sending it back to Quercy. Beats his man, crossing it, headed out. Joliu. Greek Americans looking to get past the numbers, but enough Lansdowne numbers win the ball back. Lansdowne doing a great job on the man marking. Eddie Speed, the former U16 Welshman. Trying to sending it forward for the run, but it goes to the feet of Saramago. Yusefi. Greek Americans. Set up for Mullings. Mullings telegraphed it too much. Enough time for DeMarco to dive in and save it. Good work from Eddie Speed for thwarting the dribble. Eddie Speed full of energy there. Yellow card booking is going to come out this time. For the other Spaniard, not the Lansdowne one. Looks like the other matchup is set and done. 3-1 to the New York Pan Cypriot Freedoms. They will host the conference final either at Belson Stadium or Queens College or maybe St. Michael's Playground. I don't know. Somewhere in Queens. Looks like Lansdowne were awarded that free kick. Pucci shorts it back to his fellow Spanish compatriot. Bernardi pushes forward. Good trap there, sending it to Galloway. Galloway, who's been so eager to score a goal, cuts left. Take it down. Sometimes I think when he goes on a run, he looks like he's about to fly. And that's why he just kind of gets taken down like that. It's just he's got nothing but air under his feet. Bernardi looking to not be outpressed by Parinelli. He does draw the foul in favor of Lansdowne. We're in stoppage time. No indication as to how much Gerhard Dolgan is going to award, but for the referees watching, I did acquire a set of wireless headsets, so, I was just thinking about it. I'm going to bring that from now on to every match I do where I'm not doing a three-angle setup so that I don't mind lending it to the crew if they at least tell me what the stoppage time is going to be. We can make that agreement. And it looks like we're going to have a little bit more of extracurriculars here. Card going out to Galloway. It's a, there's a term in Ireland, Irish politics, there's the double Irish and Dutch sandwich. It's happening in its concrete form through a bit of a scuffle here for Octocomp being the Dutchman. you don't know what the double Irish and Dutch sandwich is, it's a tax scheme that made companies like Apple very wealthy through shoveling money into Ireland through a foreign subsidiary going through a Dutch subsidiary. It's kind of interesting. But anyway, here's Octocomp. Cleared onto the far side, headed in. Cleared back. Looks like it was Walsh. Walsh again. Sending it forward. That's a clean ball to Galloway. Galloway trying to set up 80 speed. Calls for a hand as the Greek Americans win that ball back. Botti rushed. Greek American's going to get that call. Setting it out wide. Still not sure how much stoppage time left, but I will say this is probably going to be the last play of the match. Of the first half. Good one touch. Body on the other side now. As the numbers come up, it's an opportunity. Takes a shot and it hits the side post. Greek Americans almost leveled that one. But it just hit the top right corner and it went on the outside. Goal kick to Lansdowne. Halftime. Halftime, it's Lansdowne, 1-0 lead. They're going to want to maintain that if they want to get their first ever conference playoff victory. A very intense match of soccer here in the APSL Metropolitan Conference. We'll be right back after this break.
Touch on it. And it's a goal! It's a goal for Westmeath!
Let's go back post. Headers there! 1-1!
Mendez, go for the cross! What a goal! What a goal from Mendez!
The middle for it, there is the header there. Yes, and it's a goal! It's a goal for the police department!
You don't have to keep saying, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not computer illiterate. We work to make sure that the only thing you'll have to say is, it works.
Mendez, go for the cross! What a goal! What a goal from Mendez!
Goal! And speed! Go back!
And speed, baby.
Here
64 to be exact into this game. Davi Caputo gets the ball. Caputo's going to shoot. No, he's going to pass to Tyson. Tyson, shot, bottom right corner, goal! The first home goal in the league for clubs for FC Monmouth belongs to Aiden Tyson, to Ocean Township native, thanks to a ball from Davi Caputo. 1-0 FC Monmouth. And let the smoke bombs out. Brett Sieg as well, who is currently graduating. Ball over the top now. Great chance for Kingston Stockade. And talk about an instant impact. Frank Nyang, as soon as he checks in, less than a minute later. Like summer, as Shaw gets it. Now to Homowitz, out to Aviles. Aviles, great touch inside. Aviles with a shot. Thunderous. And saved at the front post, but not fully. But in the last timeout for his second goal of the year, it's Araya. Top left, he's got it. Andrew Araya scores. Monmouth regains their lead, 2-1 with 2 minutes left. You can listen to the music, you can listen to the crowd, you can even look at the blue smoke bomb. It says it all.
CDM positions, there really aren't many statistics in college soccer to be able to evaluate those kinds of guys. Hott has been someone that has, not to make play on play with his words, as we've got a chance here. Here's Kenny Hott right to the middle. And speaking of, we've got one into the back of the net early for FC Motown STA. 3rd minute, Kenny Hott. New phenomenal talent will continue to eat up minutes for the Scarlet Knights next fall season. Here's Idicharia itching closer to the back line. This one in front, DeMarco not able to get there, and there's Idicharia. Able to bury a second one for FC Motown STA. Good little movement there from Kenny Hott. Or Armstrong, but now back to Manhattan Soccer Club. Here's Pratt, this one into the middle. Quick chance, and there, back in the net, a nice shot. From number 22, Braden Smith. Would look like Falco. Now Idicharia coming to the end line, right to the chest of a Manhattan Soccer Club player. And it looks like we might have had a handball in the middle of the box. Now we've got Manhattan Soccer Club. Garnet Plants sends this one away. And DeMarco able to get a hand on it, but crosses over that end line. And we've got a 3-1 ball game for Motown STA.
As Bravehearts look to go direct, it's Gonzalez. Some nice moves. Gonzalez on his right foot, back post, bicycle kick. Oh my goodness. That is beautiful from Bravehearts. Araya. Out wide, it's Tysony. Tysony on his right foot, back post, ball to Patrick Shaw. What a goal from FC Monmouth. And that is a world-class delivery from Aiden Tysony. Nicely put away by Patrick Shaw. Avila's on his right foot. Avila's. Now Caputo. Deja vu. The ref blows his whistle. Araya steps up. Araya delivers yet again. Captain consistent. Dan. First action of the day for Jack Longo. And Bedoya gets the ball on his right foot. Bedoya with a shot, and he curls it in. Side netting. And that's the professional class on full display from the captain, Daniel Bedoya. And the ball back post so close. The ref calls it. And they're going to say it's an F.
Alongside Jermaine. Jermaine taking it low. Motown on the build. Can this be the chance? Takes the sight, and it goes wide. And sends it to his Haitian teammate. Jermaine. Cuts right. Lets it bend, and it goes just over the top right. Right. That's a nice cross. Keeper. Headed. And it's a goal. It's a goal for New Jersey United. Catching the crowd by surprise. A big roar from the away support. FC Motown trail. 67 minutes into the match. touch on it. And it's a goal! It's a goal for Westmeath.
Let's go back post. Header's there! 1-1!
Mendez, go for the cross!
What a goal! What a goal from Mendez! Middle for it, there is the header there. Yes, and it's a goal! It's a goal for the police department. Welcome back. If you missed the first half, you missed a very exciting match thus far. Both pretty much going back and forth. I will be fair. I would say the Greek Americans probably had more chances at the beginning, but Lansdowne ended up making it count. A nice play and a run from Galloway, who set up. Well, let's put Keogh in there before that. A nice setup from Keogh to set up Galloway, who put Joliou in the right position, who dribbled right and scored on the tight angle there to put Lansdowne in the lead. But it's been going back and forth. A lot of challenges for practically every ball. Looks like the secret weapon is here, Rodrigo Roca. He's being brought in for the second half. Rodrigo Roca, the goal scorer in the finals last year for the Greek Americans, winning them the title. Not sure if he's actually scored against Lansdowne in the last few years since he's joined, but he's probably going to be looking to add it to his tally, as he's scored many times over talents such as the New York Penn Cypriot Freedoms. And we have kickoff here in the second half. If you need a reminder, Lansdowne in the green and white hoops, Greek Americans in the blue. Greek Americans looking to make their third consecutive conference final. Lansdowne looking to make their first conference final. Lansdowne reached the Final Four in 2021 by virtue of winning the first place in the Metropolitan Conference. That was a one-year format when there was only 3 conferences, but since then, all 4 teams have to play in a playoff series, both semifinals and finals. Lansdowne has not won any of them. So Lansdowne, with the lead as of right now, are looking to get their first victory in the Metropolitan Conference playoffs and see who meets the New York Penn Cypriot Freedoms somewhere in Queens, wherever that venue is going to be, next week on June 8th. Parnelli back to Walsh. Octocomp. Coercy sending it. Tiasefi is so much talent here on the pitch right now. It's incredible. Out of bounds. If you guys are not doing anything on Wednesday night, hope you guys tune in to our first 3-angle broadcast. We're doing FC Motown STA versus New Jersey Copa, a 3-angle broadcast. You'll have a tight angle, a wide angle, ground cam, and we might throw in some drone shots there for the penalties. Go from overhead, maybe some crowd shots. So full commentary with the pregame show and postgame show by Chris Daly, with commentary from Chris Daly and myself. Kickoff at 7:30 on Wednesday. Hope you guys tune in. It should be a great experience. Passing it back. Speed. Boot. Walsh. Dawa, who was brought in, pushed out. Strategic use of substitutions here as both Lansdowne and Greek Americans are trying to keep fresh legs to keep this second half entertaining and, quite frankly, keep at each other's throats. There has been a bit of scuffles already in this match, showing the nature of how important it is to win. Pucci. Joliou. Passing it back to Keogh. Keogh to James Boot. Boot sending it to Dawa. One touches it, but it goes out of bounds. Matt Kane, who's in his second year as Lansdowne coach. 3 trophies in. The Metropolitan Conference title last year, where Lansdowne had won the regular season with a record 57 points, managing to keep that record. They almost conceded that to the New York Pan Cyprian Freedoms. Had the Pan Cyprians won on the last day of the season. Oh! Just saw somebody fall over a few rows. Hope he's okay. Yeah, sorry for the distraction there. I think he fainted. We're not still keeping on the action here. But if anybody could give Casey a call, maybe get her over here. Jeez. I hope he's okay. He's back up. He's being seated. I think even the referee is calling Casey to come over. Dr. Casey, as we could officially say it, springing into action here. You know, not that often do you have to use their talents like that. Anyway, we'll leave her to work as the match resumes. Octocomp to Perinelli. Perinelli dribbling, trying to deal with the pressure. Still got the ball. Sends it across, switching it to Robinson. Got a touch, but it goes out of bounds. Lansdowne ball. Is that, that's not Peter Lagunikas, is that? Body. I'm sorry, Robinson. Deflected and it goes out of bounds. Rocca handing it over to Pucci. Greeks sending it back. Saramago. Robinson. Octocomp one touches it to Coercy. Coercy tried to feed that to Perinelli. Perinelli actually has it. Dribbling. Going for the cross, a touch from Robinson. Pucci to Keogh. To Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh putting in an impressive full display of football here. Headed back by Speed. Good ball from Boot to Dawa. Dawa going for the run, and he's out-pressured. Coercy. Yosefi dribbles his way, passing it. Greek Americans spreading across the periphery. Here's Etienne Body. Trying to fire from range, and hits the crossbar. Greeks determined to get an equalizer here. Saramago to Robinson. Pucci intercepts that, sending it back. Here's Saramago once again. Onto the far side. Pucci, proper man marking, sending it to Ferrer. Boot. Walsh, dispossessed. Good supply there to Raka. Raka in a dangerous spot. Yosefi, they're just trying to overload with the numbers in here, and it's going to be called on a handball in favor of Lansdowne. Quickly taken Octocomp. The captain switching it over to Yosefi. What a nice ball. Yosefi traps it, trying to get his way and goes for the cross. A quick attempt at a finish. Proper marking prevented that, and it's a goal kick. Quickly sent his Keo, the former Harpsman. Kavanaugh out pressured. Here's Saramago. Saramago, who scored against Lansdowne back in March. Kavanaugh draws the foul. Looks like Homeler setting up to make his appearance in the match. Not until after Casey comes out. Thanks to everybody that tunes in. Shout out to Meneses for the testimonial. Julo, thank you. No one really ever pointed out that to me, not even himself. So it's always important to get feedback. So good to hear that, Julo. It's like Juneau, right? Like the capital of Alaska. Looks like Liam's going to be okay. And coming in is yeah, I think Homeler's coming in. Yep, Ethan Homeler. Drop ball here. Bit of debate here with Gurhan, both Yosefi and Raka. Funny how I think they were both teammates at Motown for a bit. Pucci, Keo. Ethan Homler, who's had his fair share of goals in the minutes that he's gotten for Lansdowne, trying to set things up. On a back and forth go here. Good one touch there. Humber Ferrer passing it back to DeMarco. DeMarco clearing it back into midfield. Good booting it. Overseas good trap there. Why move the ball? It's like the old FIFA video game saying, right? Why move the ball on the floor when it moves quicker in the air, right? Good work there. Dispossessed by Pernelli. And Pernelli's going to draw the foul. Dolgan pulls out your card. It's going to go to Eddie Speed. Saramago. Passing it over. Here's Achterkamp driving it down. Good dribble there, taken out. Headed back. Feeding it. Good one-touch action there. Tried to send it forward. Tried to clear back and it's blocked. Cleared out. Yosefi pushed back by Kavanaugh. No call for that. The referee says play on. Raka tried to dispossess him, but Raka's going to get the call for that. Crowd, young crowd here, expressing their dissent against Mr. Dolgan. As we reach the 1 hour mark, it still Lansdowne 1-0. Bit of a chase to prevent a bad turnover. Bernardi kept it in bounds. Speed. Fighting for the ball as it goes at. Lots of referee action in this match. I mean, it's expected when you have something with high stakes like this. And it's a free kick probably for New York Greek Americans. Shout out to Naveen Kane, my favorite violin player. And I can say I do know a fair amount of violin players, and to see him take on skills like that at such a young age. I mean, he's a bit of a baller himself too. I see some of those shots here and there. Shout out to Devine, all around jack of all trades, right? Maybe in my travels, I'll pick up an Atletico Calcutta jersey. Yeah, they're actually not even allowed to call themselves Atletico Calcutta. They have to call themselves AKFC. They got into some sort of international lawsuit with the Atletico Madrid for too much infringement. Here's Rocca setting up for the free kick, looking to put Lansdowne back on their heels, and it goes wide, but Daniel DeMarco stops it regardless. There's so much pettiness at this point. While we're waiting for things to progress, I want to encourage you guys to consider subscribing to New Logical Sports Plus. We're slowly signing more and more deals. We're actually adding an entirely other set of sports onto our portfolio, one that actually goes nationwide. Something that I found out over the phone I'm not allowed to announce until the 9th, so wait until next Monday. Not this Monday, next Monday for that special announcement. As of right now, though, you can get a subscription and watch senior football and hurling, Gaelic football for that matter. Access to the matches out at Gaelic Park, including the U.S. versus New York in the Junior All-Ireland. We got the sanctioning from the GA at Croke Park in order to cover it. And depending on how things go, we will look to add more APSL clubs into our portfolio to give viewers more access to teams they otherwise would have never been able to watch on a broadcast. And, of course, you get the same equally high-quality broadcasting equipment and video. And we know deep in the hearts and minds of everybody watching, that's what they want to see. Headed back. Good headed from the, he tries to volley it. This is a single leg. Yeah, there is no home and away leg like in the Champions League. Although that would be kind of cool, right? No, but with the scarcity of time in these amateur soccer windows, you can only really do the single leg. So whoever wins tonight goes to the next round. Pernelli tries to supply it. No call. Octocomp sending it back. Take it down. Oh! That was a bit of the choke slam there. It's something out of WWE. I think he pulled out the wrong card. Kavanaugh was getting set it off. This bit of extracurriculars is not stopping here. But it was literally something out of WWE. If we just barely missed it on the camera, it was like a full-on choke slam. And Bill's going to have fun with that one, I guess. Another yellow, this time for Keogh. You know, I'm losing track of what's even going on, but it looks like McCann's coming on. Shout out to Elizabeth. Just followed me on social media. I'm guessing that she's watching. I just remember our little episode 4 years ago in the Fricker final when I had just recently taken the vaccine. She thought I still had COVID. That was a funny one in retrospect because my voice was just so hoarse from taking it. It was just the timing, like, you know. The vaccine had come out, and it was like right before we had to travel. So, you know, of course, when you take it, it's like you get sick for like a couple days. So I had like a shot throat, strep throat that whole trip. It was terrible. What are you gonna do? Headed. Bedoya. The former professional. One touches it. Speed. Octocomp. Sending it back. Bedoya heads it to direct. On the left. Is that Oberock? Puig fires it. Clears it back. Bedoya back on the ball. Across. Foot race for the ball. Julo. Continue the foot race with Yusufi. And he's going to get another card. Getting all the crowd riled up. Saramago. Passing it up to Raka. Raka trying to get his footing on the ball, dribbling it to keep it in bounds, battling against Pucci. Tries to get a bit of a cross in there, but Ferreira intercepts it. Keogh shimmies his way around to set up a clearance. Octocomp heading it back. Pat McCann sending it back. Oberock. Keogh trying to dribble things around from Puig. Raka Rocca dribbling left. Everyone just fighting and chasing for the ball. Puig, take it down. And I think that's going to be a card to Bernardi. Lansdowne still with the 1-0 lead, but as the time counts down to the final 17 minutes, things are just getting more and more intense. It looks like we're going to be seeing a lot more referee action before this is done. Look at all the pressuring onto him and take it down. Wasn't exaggerating when I said that. Match resumes. Here's Pat McCann. Helped win Lansdowne their last amateur cup back in 2021. Now playing the conductor for the Greek Americans. In fact, actually, he originally played for the Greek Americans before coming to Lansdowne. So it's kind of like a shout out to Peter Legakis, president of DUXA. Tunes into every game, whether at home, minding his infant child, or hanging out in the office at work. Good dribble. Parinelli to Yusufi. Across blocked, and it's going to grant them a corner. Final 15 minutes, and it still Lansdowne up in the 1-0 lead from a Julo goal. Whoever wins this match will meet the Penn Cyprians in the final. Headed back. Another corner to the Greek Americans. Intensity just continues to rise as it gets pretty chilly tonight. Is it me, or are we just not really having a spring? It's like we went from having some like Mediterranean weather back to Irish weather. In fact, in Ireland it was a bit of a heat wave. It was Mediterranean weather. You're not really getting one clean transition down the pitch. There's always a clearance on the sideline or a bit of a foul. Pucci sending it to Homler. Homler pressured from behind. Bernardi pushed down by Rocca. Rocca foul called against him, and he's going to disagree. Looks like Bernardi's down, and Rocca's going to get another talking to, and Rocca's going to argue a bit with the linesman before talking to the main ref. Dolgun getting his heads tied here. Some resounding testimonials from the audience here against the actions of the referee. I know I shouldn't be laughing here, but it's just so funny to hear some of the things that come out of the crowd. Ferrer with the free kick. Foul called in favor of Lansdowne. Oh, sorry, Greek Americans. McCann sending it to Perinelli, headed back by Bernardi. Keogh. Good work from Boot. Tried to twirl it around there. It stays in Lansdowne possession. Here's Seamus Keogh. Tried to send it to Ali Dawa, headed back by the Greeks. Perinelli chasing for the ball. And it's cleared up by Lansdowne. Pass back to Daniel Bedoya. To Puig. Saramago. To Octocomp. Lansdowne continuing their press. McCann sending it back to the spread things out. Octocomp switching over to Saramago. Saramago, before being pressured, sending it out wide. Good one touch. And across, thwarted. Puig taking the second bounce, but not good contact from it. Lansdowne clearing it onto the opposing end. It goes out of bounds slowly. I think Greek Americans getting a little, you could tell the nerves are racking a teeny bit. They're looking to come from behind with just about 10 minutes left to play. Plus, I wouldn't be surprised if you had 5+ minutes of stoppage time with everything that's been going on. Yusufi trying to keep it in play. Clears it out, Lansdowne ball. Headed back. Sending it back is the Greek Americans. Perinelli sending out wide to Rocca. Rocca not getting the runs that he enjoys on the average. Lansdowne on a mission here to unseat the defending champions as they did. Back in, actually, I don't think there was ever a scenario where they defeated the Greek Americans. They did play in a final way back when, maybe like 2008, that I at least remember. And the Greeks had won on penalties. The calls just keep coming and stopping all the momentum. Octocomp heading it back. Back into midfield. What a jump from Keogh. Ali Kamara, who makes his return for the first time this spring. I guess things worked out. Sending it out wide. Cross deflected, and it's going to be a corner kick to Lansdowne Yonkers, who are looking to double their lead and put this match to bed. Headed, oh, what a save. And he tries to fire, and it goes in! It goes in! What a goal from James Booth. I think that's it for Lansdowne. They will probably meet the New York Penn Cypriot Freedoms in the final with the 2-0 lead. Kind of caught everybody surprise. Caught me almost by surprise. He just caught a loose ball that in the right spot and caught the keeper on the tight angle. 2 goals in similar fashion. Lansdowne up 2-0 to potentially get their first playoff victory in the Metropolitan Conference. I mean, at this point, if you're Lansdowne, you're going to want all the stoppage you can get. Just kill every bit of momentum. A big hole to climb for Lansdowne as they look to have possibly, let's do the math here, 2, 4, potentially their 5th matchup against the Penn Cypriots in this season alone. And if you think about it, there was a possibility that they could have played 6 had the Penn Cypriots played an A squad in the Sal Rapaglia Cup. That would have been an interesting final, right? Lansdowne won that against the Irish Rovers. And actually, by virtue of winning the Manning Cup, that matchup could happen again in the fall. Here's Greek Americans. Good stop. Everybody fighting for every ball. Here's Yusufi. Cutting right. Breaks free. Goes on for another cross. Kamara clearing it. It is worth noting that whoever loses this match, which right now it's looking to be the Greek Americans, the season's done. It's there's no other competitions to play for. Greek Americans are, for another 5 minutes at least, the defending champions of the APSL. Looks like Afif is actually in the match. Pucci. Headed back. I don't even know what they're arguing about this time. Oh, free kick. And it looks like Daniel Bedoya is going to set up to take it. Really coming down to the dying embers of the match here. And it looks like Oh, looks like Mullings got sent. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, Mullings got sent off the bench, and it looks like Rocca is coming out of the match, or not. No, he's just he's dissenting. I don't even know anymore. Cormac Pike making a cameo, I guess. I didn't really see much. It's going to be a bit of a Harry Potter book of a referee's report. I don't know. I never understood the Harry Potter hype. I used to hate when you'd read 170 pages of a book and you found out he only just got out of the Hogwarts Express into the school. And that's where I just stopped reading it. And I kind of would watch the movies, but I lost interest after Dumbledore just kept changing. Let's see who's subbing in for Lansdowne now. It's I can't even tell. When I get a chance to look at the roster sheet, I'll do that. But anyway, let's see what the Greek Americans can get in. Oh, nice save there for Daniel DeMarco, but it's still a chance for the Greek Americans. Is setting up. He tries to take it. Good stop. Puig blocked. Lansdowne trying to get a counter in here. Greeks win the ball back, take it down. Did his shoe come off with that? No. There's a few things going on. I wouldn't even had known that DeMarco was down until I saw Casey run over there. He's laying down like Snoopy lays on top of the house in the Peanuts comic books. So hopefully he's okay. I really thought the other knock was being addressed. Headed, goes over the crossbar. It's looking pretty set for Lansdowne at this point. We're actually a minute and a half into stoppage time. DeMarco looking to make his first kick on the ball since that little bit of rest there. And that's going to go out of bounds. Matt McCann. Headed setup. Corner kick to the Greek Americans. Oh no, sorry, goal kick. Daniel DeMarco knows he can take his time with this. I think Ferrer was hoping that he would pass it short. But I would agree. Probably the wisest thing to do is to just boot it. And it goes into midfield. Ali Dawa trying to chase it down and win the ball. Dawa trying to set up for the third goal, but it goes back into Greek American possession. Octocomp to Yusufi. Yusufi looking at this point to probably get Greek Americans a consolation goal. It's deflected for a Greek's corner. Headed. Oh, what a save there from Daniel DeMarco. We've always talked about getting Daniel like a true quality clean sheet, and I think this is definitely going to be one of them. Another one headed. Don't want to speak too soon. Lansdowne clearing it into midfield again. Puig dribbling it down, beats the first man. Tries to set up, and a shot taken by Perinelli. It goes wide. Crowd at Lansdowne's way support telegraphing the whistle to call the match. DeMarco, of course, can take his time again, likely to boot it into midfield. Headed back. Yusufi in a position, but he shakes it. Maybe Pucci's defensive tackle thwarted that, and it looks like it's going to be just a goal kick. I wasn't sure if there was a touch on the ball from Pucci. Headed back into midfield, a bit of a shoulder action there. Kamara turns it over. Puig sending it. Stopped by Ferrer. Yusufi to Raka. Raka going for the cross. He's going to draw a corner. Clock keeps ticking. 6 minutes into stoppage time. It's the Greek Americans who are 2-0 down with seconds left to try to defend their league title. Looking unlikely at this point as Lansdowne got the insurance goal to put them through. Winner of this match will meet the Pan Cypriot Freedoms in the final of the conference. Paul McVeigh sending it back. Pat McCann feeding it into the box, cleared out. Homler sending it forward, out to space. Schaefer. Ball sent forward again, headed. DeMarco jumps in there. He's really determined to get his clean sheet. I don't know how much more time the referee is going to give, but it's still playing on 7 minutes into stoppage time. Ali Dawa. Bedoya tried to split the defense, but Lansdowne get that ball back. It sends to DeMarco, clears it back into midfield. Greek Americans looking to get some sort of a goal on the score sheet. Shoots. It's officially 8 minutes into stoppage time now, and it's a goal kick. It could be the last play of the match. If you're Lansdowne, you're saying hopefully. This is what happens when you don't have the electric signboard. You don't know what he granted as stoppage time, and for all you know, they could just change it at that point. We're officially halfway through 8 minutes at the stoppage time. This could possibly be the last kick of the match. Headed. Homler getting his head felt down by McCann. Referee blows the final whistle. Lansdowne win and will meet the Penn Cypriot Freedoms in the Metropolitan Conference Final. Lansdowne finally, after 4 attempts, win a Metropolitan Conference playoff match. It just seemed like a bit of a hex that has finally been exercised by Matt Caden's boys. They will meet the New York Penn Cypriot Freedoms somewhere in Queens. We don't know what venue. Normally they play at Belson Stadium, but they did play at Queens College tonight, so that could just been a one-off, but it could be a variety of things. It is worth noting that this is going to be the 5th matchup between the New York Penn Cypriot Freedoms and Lansdowne this season alone. Last time they met, it was in the regular season. It was a 1-1 draw, an effort which prevented the Penn Cypriots from having to tie Lansdowne's regular season record. Last time they met in a cup match, it was the Amateur Cup just a few weeks ago. Penn Cyprians winning 3-2 at St. Michael's Playground. Lansdowne are going to look to match that. Actually, even before that, Lansdowne won on penalties in the Manning Cup final, and will look to get back to winning ways with the Metropolitan Conference final. And I think that probably going to wrap up our coverage of APSL for the rest of the season. You won't see you won't see a picture this sharp until at least September. So that being said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to tonight's match, tuning into all of our broadcasts this season. That wraps it up. The only thing you'll see for the rest of the summer is most likely our coverage in the other leagues. So if you're interested in continuing to watch, subscribe to our channel on YouTube at New Logical. Follow us on Instagram at New Logical Sports, on Facebook, New Logical Sports, Twitter/X at New Logical Tech. And consider buying a subscription to New Logical Sports Plus, where we continue to expand access out to different clubs across the country and give people the opportunity to watch matches that they otherwise would not have seen. Thank you for tuning into tonight's broadcast, everybody. We hope everybody has a great night, and have a good one.
Touch on it. And it's a goal! It's a goal for Westmead!
Does go back post, headers there! 1-1!
Mendez, go for the cross! What a goal! What a goal from Mendez!
Middle for it, there is the header there. Yes, and it's a goal! It's a goal for the police department.